Is he a boy? You're a dude. Boy or girl? Are you gay? Is that a girl? So I get about 70,000 million different questions about my sexuality and gender a day, and I can tell most of them are for young'uns who don't understand or just purely have questions, but a lot of the questions I get launched are kind of invasive sometimes. You know, there's no sense of politeness. It's just, are you gay? Is he gay? You know, and it's all this bollocks about, like, it comes down to the idea of, you know, people who are in the public eye. Is it okay to ask these people these kind of questions? You know, you ask, you know, you look at people, for example, like Laverne Cox or any trans individual, and when it comes to asking about, you know, have you had the operation? Or, you know, what's between their legs, or this or that. You know, these kind of questions are just like asking, you know, how hairy are your private parts? What is your boob size? You know, like, it's not really something that is fair to ask someone, because it basically objectifies them and implies that that is the most important thing about that person. And I notice I get quite sort of pissy about it sometimes when it comes to videos that have nothing to do with my sexuality or gender. For example, prime example is my DIY lipstick video, which you can view here. That video, basically every second question is about my gender or about my sexuality, and it just, for me, when I read a question like that on a video that has absolutely nothing to do with what's down there or what's in here, then it makes me wonder, okay, why? Is that the most important thing? Because really, you know, this video is about making lipsticks out of crayons. It's not about, you know, my penis or anything like that. So it just pisses me off a bit. You know, when it comes to, like, even when it comes to sexuality and the probing of people about sexuality as well, you think about, like, for example, we have a very famous Olympian here, a swimmer, Ian Thorpe, in Australia, and you know, he was continually sort of probed and drilled and you know, about his sexuality, and you know, constantly throughout the years he was denying no, and eventually did come out as gay. But it just goes to demonstrate the emphasis we put on that, and not so much, you know, sometimes the questions in interviews I saw with him were more focused on that rather than his sporting ability, when the interview itself should have been about his sporting ability. Same thing with Laverne Cox or Janet Mock or any trans person who is in mainstream media. It's a question that continually gets brought up, and brought up by mainstream media. These are not crazy, you know, people on the fringe asking about their sexuality or their gender. It's something that comes up as a primary question, and that it does frustrate me. So, of course, I don't mind. I'm very open, and I will answer any questions you like about me, but it's got to be in the most appropriate setting. If, say, for example, if it's a video about my sexuality or my gender, yeah, go for it. But if it's a video about eyeliner or something, and you just fire off a question like, is he gay? That is gonna fucking grind my gears a bit. You get it? You understand? It's just a little bit rude. So, I'm sorry if I've given you sass, if I've ever responded to one of your questions about that on a video that I don't feel is appropriate, but it's not about me being ashamed or anything like that. It's about politeness, and it's about asking questions in an appropriate setting, and sometimes they're not appropriate to ask, okay? Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to get that off my chest. So, anyway, I love you all, sending positive vibes out there to the universe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.